second man has been arrested in connection with arson attacks on properties linked to Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer. Counter-terror officers arrested a 26-year-old man at Luton Airport on Saturday on suspicion of conspiracy to commit arson with intent to endanger life, according to a statement from the Metropolitan Police. The arrest follows fires at Starmer's home in Kentish Town, as well as another property and a car linked to the Prime Minister earlier this month. Also on the programme tonight, US President Donald Trump has said he will call Russian leader Vladimir Putin on Monday to speak about the war in Ukraine. Trump said the subject of the call, stopping the bloodbath, and said he plans to speak to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and members of NATO. He says hopefully it will be a productive day, Trump wrote on his Truth social site. And Crystal Palace have won the FA Cup with a 1-0 victory over Manchester City at Wembley, securing their first ever major trophy.
This is STV News with Samina Ali Khan.
Good evening. A second man has been arrested in connection with arsons attacks on properties linked to Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer. Counter-terror officers arrested a 26-year-old man at Luton Airport on Saturday on suspicion of conspiracy to commit arson with intent to endanger life, according to a statement from the Metropolitan Police. The arrest follows fires at Starmer's house in Kentish Town, as well as other property and a car linked to the Prime Minister earlier this month. Roman Laranokasha, a 21-year-old Ukrainian man, has already been charged with 3 counts of arson with intent to endanger life in connection with the fires. Roman of Sydenham, South East London, denied arson in a police interview. He appeared in court on Friday and was remanded in custody until a further hearing at the Old Bailey scheduled for June 6th. US President Donald Trump has said he will call Russian leader Vladimir Putin on Monday to speak about the war in Ukraine. Trump said the subject of the call is stopping the bloodbath and said he plans to speak with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and members of NATO. Hopefully it will be a productive day, Trump wrote on his Truth social site. But 9 people have been killed after a Russian drone reportedly struck a civilian bus in northeast Ukraine, as our STV News correspondent Will Tullis reports.
When diplomacy stalls, these are the consequences. This morning in northeastern Ukraine, multiple civilian lives taken, authorities say, by a Russian drone attack on this bus. Russia claims it hit what it calls a military staging area in this region. Ukraine has described it as a cynical war crime.
A strike was carried out, reportedly using a Lancet drone, on a passenger bus transporting civilians along the Bilopilia-Sumy route. The attack occurred as the bus was leaving the city of Bilopilia. As a result of this inhumane strike, there are fatalities and injuries.
Just hours before this strike, Ukrainian and Russian officials met face-to-face for their first direct peace talks since 2022. There, small steps were made. Most notably, they agreed to swap 1,000 prisoners. Russia's leader, Vladimir Putin, rejected Volodymyr Zelensky's offer to meet face-to-face for these talks. Ukraine's president met with European leaders in Albania yesterday and said he fears Russia is simply stalling for time.
If it turns out that the Russian delegation really is just theatrical and can't deliver any results today, the world must respond. There needs to be a strong reaction.
While diplomats talk, Ukraine knows that without real action, more attacks will be launched and more lives will be lost. Will Tullis, STV News.
And finally, Crystal Palace have won the FA Cup with a victory of 1-0 over Manchester City at Wembley, securing their first ever major trophy. Eberechi's 16th minute goal put Palace ahead with their first attack, of the match before an inspired Dan Henderson saved Omar Marmoush's penalty. 10 minutes of extra time were added to the second half, but the Eagles held on. "No words, man," said stunned Easy to ITV. "I can only thank God. This is special. This is what dreams are made of for this club as well, who have thought we could do it. We made history today. The tactics were good, but it's all about spirit. That's energy. That everyone is fighting together and doing what we had to do today." Crystal Palace keeper Henderson could count himself fortunate to still be on the pitch after he earlier appeared to deny Erling Haaland a scoring opportunity when he handled the ball outside of his area. Haaland has now failed to score in 6 appearances at Wembley and in 8 City finals. City manager Pep Guardiola was hoping to win the 19th trophy of his tenure. His side's defeat comes after a bitterly disappointing campaign, which could yet see them miss out on the Champions League next season. A tense exchange between Guardiola and Henderson saw the Crystal Palace goalkeeper tell ITV, "I just went to shake his hand, but obviously I think he was disappointed with the time wasting. I said, 'You've got your 10 minutes you were wanting. No hard feelings.'" And there you go, that is it for tonight. The national weather is up next. But from all of us here on the Late News team, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your evening, and we will be back tomorrow. Bye bye.